What questions do we have? Hey,
Thank you.
everybody.
Kristen. So go ahead and write your questions in the chat or use the raise hand function and I can read some out. I had one that I've heard up for debate multiple times. So I've heard in the past that some people say that designs on resume, like using different graphics, things like that, can impact the ATS system's ability to read that. Would you say that's true?
Okay, so to an extent, yes. Columns. So an applicant tracking system, an applicant tracking software, ATS, it parses content from left to right. So if you have a 2-column resume, then it's going to read it's going to read vertically across. So it jumbles everything up. But as a recruiter, I can still pull up your original resume. As a job seeker, you can still replace the information that got jumbled in your application and fill it in properly. So it's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, it's just going to take more time. But bold, underline, shading, putting images behind, like a lot of times I'll use an image for the banner photo, like you saw on that one resume with the skyscrapers. That is just completely ignored. All the software is looking for is key information. So you do want to have your sections labeled where it will make sense to the software. So professional experience, education, professional development, affiliations. You do want to use more common section headers than necessarily getting creative on that front. But color, bolding, shading, underlines, none of that impacts the applicant tracking system. It's for the most part columns and text boxes. So if you're using some of these online tools that have a resume builder and they're building it within a text box, unfortunately, you're going to have to do a lot of manual work. So it's just going to save you time to have like an ATS compatible resume design. But at the same time, Zoom likes it with the balloons. But at the same time, um, like Workday, for example, how many of us have used Workday at a past employer for like taking time off? That's an applicant tracking system. So when you apply into Workday, it's so finicky. And so there's some times where it's going to pull things in weird, or like if you're showing a promotion at an organization, it's going to take that as 2 separate employers. And on the application, it's going to say, what were the past 3 employers you worked for? It's not asking every job you've held, it's asking what employer you worked at. So you're just going to have to go through and manually delete that. But for the hiring team, it's really important that you showcase your career progression and promotions in many cases.